Hi guys, welcome to this section. In this section, we will be going through the files and folder setup for our project. I have named my folder as Portfolio. You may rename the folder as you wish. Within the main folder, I have 4 more folders, one for images, fonts, CSS and JavaScript. There is also our main web page named index.html. We also have a style.css file within the CS folder for all our styles. We also have script.js file within the JS folder for all our scripts. In addition to the above, we might need jQuery, Bootstrap 4, material design icons and normalized CSS. We also need some other jQuery plugins for our project, which we will download once we need them. In order to download Bootstrap 4, go to getbootstrap.com. Here you will find a download link to the latest Bootstrap. Once you click it, you will be taken to another page where you can download the compiled CSS and JS. Also, if you prefer to use the CDN instead of downloading the files, you can go ahead. In this instance, I will download the files. In order to download jQuery, go to jQuery.com/download. From here, you have to click download the compressed production jQuery 3.4.1 and save it locally. In order to download normalized.css, go to nicholas.github.io/normalized.css. Here you will find a download link to the CSS file. You can click it and save it locally. In order to download material design icons, you can go to materialdesignicons.com and then click the blue color button on the top right corner. You will be taken to a pop-up window from which you can download the icons. Once all files have been saved locally, cut and paste all the files to our project folder. Put the jQuery file to the JS folder and normalize CSS file to the CSS folder. Extract the zip files of material design icons and Bootstrap. In the extracted Bootstrap file, in the CSS folder, copy the bootstrap.min.css to our CSS folder. In the JS folder, copy the bootstrap.bundle.min.js to our JS folder. In the extracted material design icons, in the fonts folder, copy all the fonts to our folder. In the CSS folder, copy the material design icons.min.css to our CSS folder. As you may be aware, we will be needing a code editor to do the coding and a browser to view the changes. In this case, I am using VS Code as my code editor and Chrome as my browser. Now that we have included initially needed files, we are ready to start coding. Open up our project folder in the code editor of your choice and open our index page. I am using Emmet plugin for VS Code. It helps us to code faster with abbreviations. First, we will include the basic structure for our web page by typing HTML5 and by hitting the tab. We will include the title of our web page as portfolio. First of all, we will include a link to our CSS and JS files. After the title tag and before the ending head tag, add the link to normalize CSS file. The next line, add a link to Bootstrap CSS file. Next, add a link to Material Design Icon CSS file. Finally, add a link to our style CSS file. Now we have to add the links to the JS files. Just before the ending body tag, add a link to jQuery. In the next line, add a link to Bootstrap JS file. Finally, add a link to our script.js file. Now that we have done with our setup for our project, in the next section, we will start coding the HTML structure for our home page. See you there.